Hello everybody, this is Mr. Bowman. Today we're going to be looking at the ALEX topic, using a trigonometric ratio to find an angle measure in a right triangle. So you are going to want to have a calculator handy for this. Either the ALEX calculator or a handheld calculator would be fine. I don't recommend a phone calculator for this one. And internet calculators, some work great, some don't. Because since we're looking for an angle, we want it to be in degrees like our directions say, and some default to radians, and some of the internet ones it's hard to say. So if you can make sure it's in degrees, go ahead and use it, but in my experience, it's been a little tricky with some of the more standard ones. Anyway, jumping into this, our first step is we're trying to find this one. So using that as our reference angle, which trigonometric ratio will connect this side to this side? So we're going to stick with our normal 3 sine, cosine, and tangent for this. So we're looking for the opposite side in this case and connecting it to the adjacent side. So that's going to be tangent. So I'm going to look for tangent of our reference angle, so tangent of x. And we're going to set up our normal ratio. So tangent is opposite divided by, opposite over adjacent. So we're going to set this up with our numbers, 33 over 17. So now we have a bit of a pickle here of I need to find x, and some people are like, well, they're parentheses, so that's multiplication. And remember, it's not. This is an operation we're using here, or an object. So I need to be able to cancel that out to get the x by itself, and I do that by taking an inverse. So oftentimes when we write this, we're not going to write all of the steps I'm going to here, but I want to make sure you have a full idea of what's going on. So I'm going to apply the inverse tangent, or arctangent, to both sides, and it looks like this. So it's tangent to the negative first of tangent, and tangent to the negative first, or inverse tangent, of 33 over 17. So this step, we don't usually write it quite this way. We usually jump to the next one, and that's just more shorthand than anything else. But when we go ahead and do this, this is actually why that cancels out, because whenever you take the tangent of an inverse tangent or an inverse tangent of a tangent, so regardless of the order here, they are inverses of each other, so they do cancel each other out. So that's why we end up with just x on this left side. So we have x equals inverse tangent of 33 over 17. And if we enter that into our calculator, we should be able to go ahead and just get our angles out. Now, it is important to make sure your calculators are in degrees. That's how to check that's different on your calculator, so you might have to verify, depending on what kind of calculator you have, that it is in degrees. But anyway, moving on. So if we put that in, we put inverse tangent of 33 divided by 17. Make sure if you're careful with your parentheses here, and that 33 over 17 is all in there, and it's not inverse tangent of 33 parentheses divided by 17, because that's going to be very different. But we end up with this one, and it says round to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to round it to 62.7 degrees for this one. So it does go on, but it's in this case 74467, so I'll round down to 62.7.